Hello everybody, welcome back for more StarCraft 2 action. We have Astrea going up against, you guessed it, Scarlett in the ESL 2024 Spring Finals. And now, I know what you're wondering, like, didn't we see this best of 5 before? Well, yes, they played in the ESL Spring 2024 Regionals, in the NA portion of it, and there was a clean 3-2 series. Spoiler, Astrea did win and went on to Dallas, the offline section of this ESL tournament. And Scarlett actually went there and played in the open bracket section. And Scarlett fought her way through, whilst Astrea was in winner bracket. So how it worked is you had an open bracket and you had a winner bracket, and they both fed into a knockout bracket. And if you got top 8 from the knockout bracket, you were seeded into the playoff bracket. And Astrea so played in the winners section, winners bracket, and he got owned twice. I don't know if he got owned, but he lost twice. I didn't see the maps. And so he was fed into the lowest section of the knockout bracket, which plays against the people from the open bracket. Which was why some of the people playing in the open bracket were a little salty. Because if you got through the open bracket without a loss, you were seeded into the knockout bracket at the same height as somebody that lost once in the open bracket. And then if you lose in the knockout bracket, you're out. So you could, I think it happened to a laser at least, minor spoiler I guess, that he hadn't lost a series, then lost 3-2 in the best of 5, and he was out of the tournament. Whereas usually most pros are used to having double elimination by now. So that was a little bit of a shakeup, but let me talk to you about Astrea and Scarlett. So they faced off in a best of 5 in the NA regionals, and they played this exact map as the first map, and Astrea opened Stargate Void Ray for about the first 3 games of that best of 5. And this game was their game 1 as well, so I'm going to be spoiling a lot here, so go back to the NA regional best of 5 if you want to see that first. It was pretty good. It was nice. It ends in a bang as well. It's a great series, I think. Yeah. Jeez, what am I saying? It was a pretty good series. I would recommend going back for it to get the full context of this game. And so Scarlett ended up going for Roach Hydra. And I was talking about how difficult this map is actually to attack into, because it's pretty choked up. And as a Zerg, it's actually kind of double, because choked up isn't very good for defending a Zerg, usually. And so Astrea went for Void Ray, super fast 3rd, walled this ramp in, went for a quick 4th, and looked to be an unstoppable fortress for Scarlett. But she pulled out what we like to call the fundamentals. She played just better. She made roaches, she made hydras, and she attacked from 3 sides, split her army almost perfectly, and just pulled Astrea apart bit by bit by bit, and just kept taking better trades, and eventually overwhelmed his 3rd base location and 4th base location. Now, Astrea already kind of changing it up a little by going for the Oracle first, but is still going back for the Void Ray. Getting a quick 2nd gateway, but I think it started after Nexus, which is the thing Astrea has been doing. A lot of Protosses don't dare do this, where they make a Nexus before they close off their wall, because they're afraid of the Zergling. Oh, pylon goes down, so Astrea started putting 2 Adepts in a wall between the 3rd base and the pylon, and 1 in the wall in the previous series, but is not doing that now, and this time around going for a super fast Stargate 2nd Fleet Beacon. I hope this is the classic Tempest build, as in the player classic, because I don't know if he invented it, but I saw him do it versus Raynor twice, which is one of the most viewed videos on my channel. It's super sick. Like, if you're a Protoss player and you want to have some fun, that's a good fucking build to have some fun with. And let's see what Astrea is going to do with this setup. We've seen Astrea rush carriers versus Lambo, for example, in the past. And Lambo just started getting giga aggressive and try to push him down. And we see carrier coming out here from Astrea. So not going to be the cool Tempest build. Instead, it's going to be a lame carrier build. I'm saying this as a ladder player that just kind of hates it when suddenly my opponent has 4 carriers. And, of course, my scouting wasn't perfect. But, you know, I shouldn't be punished for that, right? It's not like I instantaneously win the game when I build a Spire and my opponent doesn't scout it, right? Right, guys? So I talked about this in the last series as well, and I'm going to talk about it again. I like this Void Ray because you can do so much behind it. And I talked about the carrier rush behind it that we didn't see in the previous series, but now we do see it. And what I kind of like here is we see a transition into Twilight Forge. So this is actually a couple carriers back into... It's at least charge zealots, but it might be a transition back into ground units. And I think it was Trigger that did this before versus, I think, Cham. If I'm remembering correctly. And he did a 4-carrier push onto, like, the 4th base? And then went back into ground units. But... let's see what Astrea does here. I mean, these carriers have been spotted. There is a Spire coming in. 4 more Queens coming in. 10 more drones, because, I mean, this is literally all of Astrea's economy amounted to. The Roachling is moving on into, again, this wall. Which seems like such a good idea, but if there's no units behind it, it's actually just free buildings for... Scarlett to kill. She kills a gateway and forces a recall as well, not insignificant. Because now with the 2 extra carriers, Astrea can't really move out anymore. Because if he does, and Scarlett makes 12 Corruptors, all of those carriers are going to die. So if these carriers move out to try and deny a potential 5th base or the 4th base, then he's going to be in for a rough awakening. 12 Corruptors. I didn't watch this replay beforehand, guys. I'm just an expert, you know. That's why you watch me, obviously. Oh, and the carriers do go back. I like this from Astrea. He did this last time on Goldenaura as well. He's so good at feigning move-outs. He's so good at it. Like, last Goldenaura game, he did it with charge slots and, like, an Archon and an Immortal. And he just rushed up to the 4th base location, forced Scarlett to make, like, 25 Roaches. And meanwhile, Tommy was making double Robo Immortal. And then he just ran back with his charge slots as soon as Scarlett showed the Roaches. He stood on creep, right here, waiting for the Roaches. Now, Scarlett has had enough. She's sending out the fleet. The Overlords are coming over, gonna drop a lot of creep. We have a bunch of Corruptors, 16 Corruptors getting +1. They already have a bunch of armor, so they deal well with the Interceptor fire. But you just want to make sure that you can destroy those carriers ASAP. We have the Queens as well. 9 Queens on the map, and all of them are across the map, actually. So none of them are at home. We have Ling, Roach, Ravager, Corruptor, Queen... and the Corruptors are pissing all over this 3rd base, and the Caustic Spray actually does a lot of damage. Is that what it's called? I don't know what the Corruptor ability is actually called. Like, it's like Corrosive Spray, Caustic Spray... I don't know, dude. I play too many video games for it to matter. Ling's reinforcement, she's getting +2 range as well. It's pretty good on the Queens. She could even think about getting an Infestation Pit to get those Infestors with the, what's the thing called? The Cloud. Microbial Shroud. That's one. This is pretty good with Queens. And armor upgrades, which she doesn't have. Oh, the Corruptors. They get incinerated by the Archons. They did get a good amount of carrier kills. We have 2 carriers on deck. Or on the map. but none more are being created. It's just Archons, Immortals, and Blink. No Stalkers just yet, or they've died. So Scarlett's kind of trying to punish a carrier rush, but we have... How many Robos do we have? We have 1 Robo Immortal production, so I feel like Scarlett's good here. She's not, like, rushing into a double Robo player. And Astrea's dumping all of his gas into Archons. But Scarlett, did she remake any queens at all? No, I see no queens. Some roaches are at home. I hope this is on purpose. So a bunch of cancellations there on some Corruptors. Oh, the Archon Immortal squad is rolling up. And now look at that, Scarlett moving into the 4th base when the army is at the 3rd base. Damn, we need a big zoom out here. This one carrier is confusing my brain so much. And +2 air attack and 2 carriers starting up, luckily for Scarlett. She's making sure that she has a baseline of Corruptors. Both players thinking about the gold. They're thinking about number 1, baby. Oh. Micro the Ravagers! No, too bad. If you micro this back, you don't lose them, but... You know. There's a lot happening on the map right now. These roaches back here still there. Let's hope she didn't forget them. +2 air attack, infestation pit, bailing nest, so lots of teching up here for Scarlett. The queens actually got back home and started injecting again. That's just great. Look at that. 5th base for Astrea, though. Scarlett has spotted it, and he has an infrastructure. How many Stargates do we have? 2 Stargate carrier. We have a mothership coming up. And +3 attack and storm. Dude, Astrea has a lot of tech. I mean, Scarlett is almost maxed out, but it's still on quite a few roaches that are behind this mineral line. The longer this is going on, the more I feel like she has forgotten about these units. This is a perfect F2 moment. Please. This is our only weakness for not using F2, is losing units. That's why I feel like you should unbind it. As a player, I feel like you should not have F2 bound, or at least not on a hotkey that you can easily reach. Like, I'm okay with it, you putting it on 0 when you're right-handed, so your left hand is a keyboard hand. So, like, you have to, like, move your hand over. I feel like that's enough of a barrier to where you're probably not going to use it consistently. But I have it unbound and I click on the icon that's above your minimap. And then you should probably like do that every so often after like losing almost all of your units anyways. Like not having any units on the Zamaga or anything on the map doing anything. Oh, never mind. Let me not talk over the potentially final fight. Oh, so many storms going down, and we have a bunch of carriers here. Corrupt is coming in from the back, though. Snipe the weak carrier. 2nd carrier gets sniped. Corrosive Bell's going down, weakening the carriers even more. The Spores coming in clutch. And wow, Scarlett cleans up this super sophisticated army of Astrea and his 5th base. I don't know how Astrea actually recovers from this, if at all. He just lost all of his Archons, all of his Immortals, all of his High Templar, and his carriers. And if I say it like that, yeah, it's pretty bad. That's partly why I was just yapping. I was not expecting Astrea to move out there before max. Because, you know... Oh, the roaches! They got grabbed. I don't know if she found them, or she F2'd, or... They were there for a purpose all along, but the roaches are in play. And she's, like... more than doubling the army supply of Astrea. These need to be some monster storms and then some. The mothership is here, ready to cloak. The Time Warp coming in. Heart of the Swarm called. They want their mother core back. That was kind of a cool unit. Somehow. I just like playing around with it. I don't think it was like healthy for the game, but I did like playing with it. Like in team games and shit. Oh, had a lot of fun with that. I mean, Scarlett just mops him up, takes down all of his healthy bases. 3rd base is gone, 4th base is gone, and the 5th base is gone. And like that, Scarlett taking game number 1, just like she did in their first best of 5, or their previous best of 5. Wow. Scarlett not tilting off the edge of the earth from this honestly kind of confusing playstyle by Astrea. Goes for super carrier rush, goes into gateway units and a robo, and then like defends the attack that people do versus people that like have 3 Stargate carrier and nothing else. And then kind of goes back into carriers, but still gets like Storm and some Immortals and lots of Archons and Charge Zealots. So the carriers were like not quite the backbone of the army. They were like almost supplementary, but they were enough that you have to deal with them with, well, ostensibly corruptors. And it worked. Okay, that was game number 1. Game number 2. Astrea versus Scarlett. They also played this map as their second map in the previous best of 5. And what Scarlett did is she mined out this mineral and tried to get this gold base. But Astrea mined out his mineral and blocked Scarlett's gold base. And then she had to take her normal natural. So that was a big mind game. And so it's kind of interesting to see what Scarlett's going to do now. Apparently she's just going for a... Where's the drone? What the hell? Oh, the drone's going now. Yeah, okay, it's a little late. But it's going to be fine. So she's going for a regular 16 hatch on her natural. Not fucking with this... Oh, you can mine through here. I didn't know that. I thought this was more. I thought you needed more than 5 to mine through there. Interesting. That kind of breaks my brain on this map. I felt like these were the only, like, early paths. And that these were like 10 or 20 minerals, so you'd mine them out later. Okay, so Astrea going again for that gold block onto Scarlett. Kind of trying to double dip on his read last game, or last series, where he knew that Scarlett wanted to go for it. And maybe they practice together and they agree that the gold base is good, so you have to try and take it. But this time around, Scarlett not trying to take it. I wonder if you can go for like a 12 pool, so that you can like send the links across and then send 2 links to the gold with the drone, and then to make sure you get the gold base. You could probably get the other gold base as well then, if you go decent early speed behind it. And then maybe that's more of a 14-14 type of build. And then you take a super fast third base. Maybe. You could also do 14-14 and take these bases with the rich geysers and then go like Mutalisk. Super fast Mutalisk. I'm just saying what I would do on the ladder, you know, like a 5.5k ladder. That's different than pro play, I must say. Very different from pro play. Okay, let's see. Did she did not even start mining. What? Okay, she has the 100, but she delayed the gas to get the third base up and the queens, and now she gets the speed. So from whatever she saw, maybe she didn't see a chrono boost on the gauge. She delayed speed for a little bit, teensy bit, to be a little bit more economical. It's not going to be very impactful. Don't think there's suddenly going to be a lot of adept damage. And Astrea has been very good about sending out his adept and then sending the shade back, or sending the shade for it and his adept back. Doesn't really matter, obviously. And then this overlord doesn't know. It only knows the adept left, but left something behind. So then it's like Schrödinger's adept. Unless you scout it, it can be coming across the map. Which I think is very strong. It's a good use of the adept. Oh, one drone. Oh, gets the spore. What the hell? Ninja spore. Ah, no. And then the easy spore crawler gets caught. Dude. I mean, we did get an adept kill for that, so probably okay-ish. I feel like Scarlett's happy with that. Astrea's kind of like, eh. Would have preferred to not lose that adept. She loses a little bit of mining time here, Scarlett, but saves her drones overall. It's of course better to lose a little bit of money on a spore crawler than to lose the drone entirely, because drones cost money and larva. So you'd rather invest a little bit of money, less money than a drone would cost even, and no larva. So it's always worth it to do a spore trick at least once or twice. A bunch of gases coming out here from Astrea. We have an oracle into another oracle. There's already an oracle. Okay, so this is 3 oracles. This is going to be the classic Twilight Forge follow-up. with the Blink Stalker push, with the 3 Oracles defending the Stalkers versus mass Zergling. And we see +1 melee, so there will be some Zerglings. I would love that. That used to be the standard for a long time, and I still kind of consider it one of the most solid ways to play right now. Ooh, the Scarlet Lings, again, she didn't make him as early this time around, but the Lings get in. They get a free Adept. I don't know why he warped it in there, like warp it in there or there. But he I don't know, maybe it was a panic. Maybe he expected Scarlet to go away when the Oracle arrived, and then it was a kind of a mind game, right? Like the Oracle arrived, so he's like, yeah, now you go away, because if you stay, I turn on the beam and I kill your Lings. But he didn't turn on the beam, and Scarlet didn't flinch, so she killed the Adept. And then Astrea turned on the beam, but it was a little bit too late. Tiny wins, tiny wins. And we see Blink +1 and gateways. Yes, yes. I like this. I like this a lot. We see the gold base for Scarlet as her 4th. I like that as well. Damn, I'm liking a lot here. It's almost as if I think Scarlet is a cool Zerg player. How many drone kills do we have? 3. 3 Oracles for 3 drone kills. The creep is also kind of still extended. She's almost daring Astrea to turn on a pulsar beam here to kill a creep tumor. Because then that's a lossless energy for the fight that is gonna come up here when... Oh, what? He did a reveal, but he missed the creep tumor, I guess. That is awkward. Oh, he did a reveal like this. And so he barely hit the rocks. Roaches and Lings are trickling out here. The Queens are ready. Nice catch on that stasis ward. The Ling died, but like kind of like fumbled its way into the mine. You know, it's like somebody running through a minefield, gets clipped by the first one, but then activates like 3 more. Took one for the team. 4th base has been spotted here by Scarlett. She wants to keep her gold base. And Astrea using the stasis wards here pretty effectively as kind of a backbone for his army, not using the energy for pulsar beam, but instead using it for stasis traps. Kind of an interesting way to use it. Now the Blink Stalkers trying to get a lot of value here by Blink microing, killing a lot of Zerglings, but they have to continuously run away because as soon as the Ravagers get in range, it becomes less and less and less cost effective for these Stalkers to do this. Because every time a Ravager hits a Stalker, like it almost immediately falls below their shield amount and start taking hull damage. And all of a sudden, this happens where, shit, I have to keep running, but the Zerglings are attacking me. +1 hurts. Help! And then the Stalkers start taking damage. No shield barrier here at the 4th base. This could be crucial. We see some Zergling drop from Scarlet. That is so cool. And the Link's going to the main base. And the Queens have actually been dropped as well. Dude, Scarlet using the Dropper Lords like a champ. Expert use. And we only have Stalkers here, but no extra pylon. No reinforcements will be present here. The Queens are here to protect the Ravagers against these Oracles. Oracles are for killing Ravagers after all. And all we have is a couple Stalkers in the back. I feel like you just need to recall out of here. Oh, another stage gets cancelled. Oh, maybe he just blinks out? Because, I mean, this 4th base is dead. You can defend this choke. I'm pretty sure. More Dropper Lords being created. 3 more. She's going to drop into the main. This is a bit of an Artosis pylon. That could be memes. And Astrea loses 20 probes. Dude, Scarlet with the 1-2 punch. And the drops are going in. Some Ravagers are going back. Astrea is moving out, going towards the gold base. But there is... Oh, this pure Ling drop, actually. These odds are going to be pretty good against that. Ravagers are going back. Actually, this gold gets shut down. The recall from Astrea here. All of the Stalkers are in the main. Actually, the Lings are going to be dropping in the natural. They're not going to get that much damage unless a couple of them get clicked on probes here. But the 3rd base, in the meanwhile... These Queens are still here. The creep is everywhere. This is a lot of Ravagers are good. 13 Ravagers here. I think in a previous video I called them 1.5. They might be tier 2.5 in how good they actually are. Dropper Wood gets killed. That's rough. That's a little bit of gas lost. Oh, the Oracles going down to the Queens there. Did all the oracles go down? No, one of them went down there. Infestation pit underway. Oh, we might see some swarm hosts. She made a lot of them in the previous series. Overmade them even. Sadly. I'm sad to admit. Oh! Astrea has +2. Lots of Link Stalkers getting the value. Nice stasis ward. Taking out a lot of these Links, but I guess they can... Oh, nice blink. Yoink! Psych! Got you there. But we did kill 2 Stalkers here. Almost a third. Again, this Void Ray. Always this damn Void Ray. I think it's good. I think it's really good. Rebuilding the gold here for Scarlett. So, she has been on 3 base for a little bit here after that gold base died. But immediately resaturates the gold. Probably going to be saturating our 5th as well. See some links up here. The Stalkers are moving out again. We have no +3, but +1 armor coming out. I'm actually a little surprised by that. Does this mean he wants to go into, like... Well, units that benefit from armor, like Zealots? Because I like shields, because Stalkers have equal shields and health, and they usually regen shields. So it feels more impactful to have shield upgrades. Also okay for your buildings. And they buffed shield upgrades a while back. I feel like they're almost as expensive as armor. Oh, the Oracle doesn't get controlled, gets killed by the Bile, but that just goes to show what happens when you have to do 3 things at a time. Trying to expand, trying to defend against a drop, and trying to get value from your Stalkers, because you are slightly behind, so you have to keep pressing. You have to take every little inch. But look at that. Ravagers have long range. And they are doing the damage. +2 melee, so these Links, as soon as they get on top of the Stalkers, do a lot of damage. Oh! Stasis Ward gets taken down as well. How many Ravagers? 20 Ravagers. The dream. Just Ravager Ling, baby. Ravager Ling every day. It's like Roach Ling from Brood War, but better. Because it's Ravagers. Slow Roaches. Look at that. Slow Roaches. 11 minutes into the game, she never actually used the Roaches. Just wanted the Roaches to be Ravagers. It's like having slow Links for fast Banelings. Oh, 1 Void Ray. Oh, the dream. Astrea didn't even micro the second time. It just followed around. Whoa! Finally. Scarlett gets the kill, the snipe, onto the Void Ray. And that must be frustrating for Astrea. You're not really meant to lose air units, except for, like, big, fat carriers to Corrosive Vials. Because you can move out of the way. And Scarlett trying to force her way up here. Astrea looks to have a lot of Stalkers, but his supply is dwindling. We have the Super Battery. Gets taken down by the Corrosive Vial right now, and Scarlett doesn't like this arc. She's taking a lot of damage. Does have +1 range now, but the armor did finish up. And if you warp in a couple slow Zealots there, it's a lot of tanking. There's a lot of tanking, but we do have Adrenal Glands. And Adrenal Glands, I think, is going to end this game on the spot. Like, how do you deal with just so many Zerglings with +2 Adrenal? These are +2 Cracklings, baby. And even half your force is going to run into them, so these are going to get eaten right away. And your attempt at a 4th base is futile. Oh, the Ravagers do get blonked on. This is a pretty good blonk by Astrea. But these Zerglings, what do? The Robo. No? Probes? What? Oh, Scarlett wasn't sure what she was going to do with them either, but... I mean, Astrea is stuck on 3 bases, guys. Under 100 supply. Scarlett hitting 200. 11 more Ravagers being created. She has 21 Ravagers. And Astrea is looking a little ravaged himself. Crackling's just relentlessly trying to run by. Every so often there's just a Zerg player that just uses their Zerglings better than the other ones. And usually, nowadays, we think of Raynor, but Scarlett? She's doing it this game. So many Banelings, dude. 35 Banes. This is a get the F out of my game type of Baneling morph. We do have High Temperature. 6 High Temperature. Storm is about to finish. So he might actually have Storm. And if he gets Storms... Oh my god, this is so many Zerg units. Get the Storms! Boom! That's a lot of banelings dead, but I don't think it will be enough. Oh my god, if you had stormed 2 seconds earlier, are you kidding me? Oh, did you see the clumping of all those Zerg units? Oh, I was imagining 2 storms there. I'm barfing in my mouth a little. But luckily, Scarlett, like, got through the choke, got her units, like, near the army of Astrea. He was even forced to storm some of his own stalkers. And Scarlett just too far ahead, but a valiant attempt at Astrea at coming back. But, I mean, Scarlett is up 2-0 in this best of 5. Which is the same as she did versus Trigger in the NA regionals. And I think she went 2-1 up against Astrea at some point. I don't know, is this foreshadowing? Or is this just me giving you the facts? Let's go to the next game. And Scarlett brings us into a game number 3 on site Delta. After taking game number 2 pretty convincingly. Did not need that gold base, just needed lots and lots of Ravagers. And Astrea playing the straight up standardish style. Scarlett going for the 15 hatch with an Overlord. Gets her hatchery down, doesn't get blocked. So Site Delta is a new map for these 2 players, or at least for the 2 best of 5s that we are looking at. Last time they played Oceanborn as the 3rd map. But now we are here in Site Delta, so this is the first deviation. And I think commonly referred to as a decent Zerg map because it is pretty open. And defending more than 4 bases is kind of a pain in the butt. For Protoss especially. Like this low ground base, oh my god, look at the... Like if you come down from here or here, like there's a ginormous arc. It's very hard to defend this base. This base, I mean, it's doable, but it's open-ish. And then this base is pretty defendable, but then your next base is like pretty far away. It's pretty hard to defend. Cybercore coming down, a little bit of an ugly wall. This is a bait. If we have to believe Rainer, that was on commentary during the ESL Spring playoffs after he was knocked out. I think it was a hero game. It was like, these walls are ugly on purpose. They are baiting you. They want you to baneling bust them. They think it's not worth it, and they think they will defend it. So unless you go into the series knowing that I want to baneling bust him at least once because I know his walls are bad, but then you might not want to do it. Like, reactive baneling busts are, like, almost always kind of a prayer, no? I feel like that is, like, a 40% win rate play. I mean, the reward is pretty big, so maybe it's worth it, but I don't know. You're talking to someone that just likes to do the Sucker Punch build as the first game of the day just to get it over with. And the Sucker Punch build, for those that don't know, is... you just stay in gas, you get the speed, you build the baneling nest at the first 50 gas, you make 4 lings right away with the spawning pool, which is normal to chase away the probe, and then you run them around and you like hide them over here, you make 4 more right away, and you send over like a couple drones to the natural so that this adept that scouts your drone count sees a bunch of drones, so like, yep, this is normal, and he probably sees a couple drones here and he's like, yep, everything is normal. It's not weird to see a couple lings back at home to defend. So like 4 sneaky lings over here, 4 to 6 in the main, and then as soon as the adept leaves, you send out more lings towards this spot, or this spot, but I mean, why would you go here? They expand there. And then as soon as the baneling nest finish, you morph like 8 banes and then you go kill them. You have like 1 queen as well. You can let the 3rd finish for memes. Okay, so now that I've learned you the Bane or the Sucker Punch build order, congratulations. You can now cheese Protoss on the ladder. Let's look at what Astrea is doing. He's going for that Oracle into Void Ray once again. I don't know. I feel like the first Oracle nowadays doesn't find much damage. He's actually going after the lings. Look at that. Using that Oracle energy to the max, baby. Getting that value. He got like what? 2 kills, 2 Zergling kills. Blech. I'd rather have him, like, go straight across the map, kill, like, 2 drones. But now there's 4 queens here. 4! Dude, sometimes I become a little girl when I'm a little excited. Oh, goddamn. I keep forgetting, but be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Void Ray now comes out, kills this Overlord. I feel like the Void Ray just becomes worth as soon as it finds like a second Overlord or anything else. Sometimes it finds like a creep tumor, sometimes it finds like a super early 4th base. On the latter, that's definitely gonna happen to you, where this Zerg player is just floating some money. He's like, ah, fuck it, I'll throw down a 4th base, and your Void Ray comes in, finds this Overlord, turns on his charging beam, starts killing a 4th base. And then they, like, start typing stuff, because, you know, you're a map hacker or whatever, in their eyes. And then, they fall even further behind. And you laugh and laugh. You make your goddamn overpowered Protoss units, and then you win. So Scarlett going for the +1 again. 12 drones. Oof. Now that she knows that nothing is going on, she makes 12 more drones. We see Charge Slot with +1 this time around from Astrea, and not making more Stargate units. So not like a 2nd or 3rd Oracle, just 1 Void Ray, 1 Oracle. This is what we saw from him in the previous series. And was pretty successful, but he started with the Oracle. And I feel like this build, oh my god. He's actually pulling up the charge slots. I am surprised he's even mining gas right now. Because this man already has 10 charge slots and seems to be... Oh, he's going to move out with them now. The Adepts cleaned up all of the Lings in front. The Oracle and the Void Ray did the same. So this attack is going to be a big surprise. Scarlett's running in. She does see... or make a spine. She sees it coming now. She's 3 hatches producing, as you do. And now she's making links. She's just starting the Baneling Nest. No, she was going Massling. Oh, dude. When she played first Trigger, something similar happened where he went for a super committed Resonating Glaive attack, and she was on only Zerglings with +1 as well. And +1 Zealots destroy Zerglings without +1 armor. And I don't know how you... I think that favors you, Scarlett, the lower surface area. But maybe a full surround is better for the Zerglings. I mean, she's doing okay here, kiting away, not losing a lot of drones. And sending across some Lings as well. Oh, this is just a weird rally now. The Lings are trying to deal with these Zealots, but the Zealots 2-shot Zerglings instead of 3-shotting, and that is very significant. The Queen's in the back, trying to kite out here. The Lings coming in. But is this enough? She doesn't lose that many drones. I mean, it's not great, because she needs to make so many Lings. Like, she just threw away all of her larvae and lost a bunch of Queens, so she can't just immediately re-inject. And now I feel like you have a choice. It's either go for an attack or Queens and drones. And hope he doesn't attack. Because you can't really go in the middle there. You can't kind of like... half-ass it there, because if Astrea just goes for pure macro, you die. Or if he goes for a secondary all-in, you probably also die. So you have to choose either attack, 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 or drone, drone, drone. Scarlett looks to be droning and getting some upgrades. So droning and teching. Basically preparing for not being killed, 12 drones. And hoping that Astrea will make or overmake defenses for this move out. I mean, she's basically hoping there's like an observer there to spot. We see Storm, we see +2, we see some cannons. So Astrea is being pretty defensive here. That's good. For Scarlett. Scarlett, 78 workers here. How many queens does she have? 2 queens. So the larva situation is still a little bit dire, especially if you want to rely on Zerglings. Which, I mean, she did go for Ling Bane. But she's transitioning into Hydra now. So has range, has Hydra speed, has Hydra range. And is getting Lurker Den. So she is trying to be larva efficient with the low queen count by just going for Hydras and drones. Also, Lings make a lot faster than Hydras, so you make the Hydras first. And then Lings when you need reinforcements or when you are being attacked. I mean, that's also when you need reinforcements, I suppose. +3 coming out from Astrea, and this... That was a little dirty. Just pulling up the charge slots like that. And just relentlessly killing all of the spotting Lings from Scarlett with the Oracle, with the Void Ray, with the Adepts. and then moving out with, what was it, 12, 14, 16 charge slots? And doing untold amounts of damage. If I'm Scarlett, I'm feeling a little iffy, because my Protoss boy over here is getting to do whatever he wants. 4 more gateways going down, and now he's moving out. This is 8 Archons on the map, with Storm, and an Archon. We have Lurkers. Lurker range just starting up, though. We have 1 Observer. I kind of love just putting an Overseer here and just, like, grabbing a pack of, like, 5 Hydras and hunting for that Observer relentlessly. But Scarlett keeping everything in one big ball. Gets the Lurkers down the low ground, but doesn't get them in position to cover this entire ramp. And Astrea immediately punishes the hell out of her. Clicks down that hatchery, and Immortals are very good at clicking down. It's kind of like dating down, but worse. Nidus Network coming up. I like that. That might actually give her some counterplay here. 1 Nidus in the main, bunch of Lurkers, that's a win condition. That used to be like the first year of Legacy of the Void, I believe. Or as soon as Lurker range was out. Where, because I think the first Lurker had a little bit too low range, but you would just get a Nidus, get like 8 to 10 Lurkers, and I think it was invulnerable, so you would just put it on top of the ramp when they were like trying to move out, and you would base trade them. Worst case. Or win the game. Best case. Because you can just leave 4 Lurkers here and then move back through your Nidus again. Lurkers now are in position. Scarlett is kind of stuck on 4 bases, though. These Lings are trying to get something done. But these charge slots won't have any of it. And these Lings just die so fast to the charge slots. This spine is dying very slowly to starvation. Lack of creep. Oh, we get the Tectonic Destabilizer upgrade, which is the carrier building damage upgrade. Which I just like the name. Usually I try to not say the name, like Zergling Speed is more descriptive than Metabolic Boost. I feel like it's more friendly for every viewer to just call it Zergling Speed. More descriptive. Nobody cares about the lore anymore. You get some drone kills here from Astrea on this 5th base then again. Told you, this is hard to take base. Goes both ways. Lurker runs in very bravely. There's no Observer here, so very good aggro pull there by Scarlett. And she also gets 16 kills on probes. Nidus gets found out right away. That is too bad. This Nidus also got taken care of, but this Nidus did not. How many Lurkers? 17 Lurkers on deck, boys. And Lurkers are Lurkers. Ooh, big Storm and Immortal shots. Archons can't get close. Lots of Lurkers do get killed here by the spell damage of the Storms and the Immortal shots. But Astrea does have to trade out pretty poorly into all of these Lurker spines. They do have +1. And maybe this 4th base is in peril for Astrea, or I guess it was his 3rd base. The mothership comes on over. We do have an Overseer. The Hydras walk in to die. Time Warp goes down. And now the Lurkers can barely not move away. And I think they also shoot slower? I'm pretty sure their attack speed gets lowered. Oh, and the 5th base for Scarlett denied again. These Immortals, dude, with Storm. This is like an Immortal Storm run-by. Kills this mineral line, and I mean, Scarlett can't defend her 3rd base. That is usually not good. So she's just trying to pull away his attention. Maybe get this base up here. She can't deal with everything. She did kill that base. That is nice. We get another Nidus Worm here. Maybe she can get a Lurker siege going here. 25 drones. 20 more drones are going down. Now the Hydras, only half of them are fighting this army. No! She probably A-clicked on the minimap. No! Oh, there was something in the main. Oh, no. Too much going on the map for both players to take care of, but the player that's behind usually loses out there. One of the comeback mechanics of StarCraft is you just make lots of shit happen on the map. Your opponent is bound to mess up somewhere, and then you just have to like A-move your units and hope they do enough. And that's where you can kind of like get back into the game if you have like 400 APM and can be in 3 places at once. And I've seen that situation 100 times. Lurker Siege is looking pretty nice here. Nice little arc. Oh, Oracles are killing for Lurkers now? That is illegal. They actually seem to do decent damage because Lurkers have pretty high armor. So their effective health comes from that armor. So their actual health pool 200 isn't like giga high. I mean, it's a lot higher than a Hydralisk, I suppose, but still. The Oracle did decent damage, but now the carriers are out, plus 3 attack, and Astrea takes game number 3 pretty convincingly. I feel like after that big charge slot attack, Scarlett was just up against the ropes. She was like on her back foot for the rest of the game. She went into the Lurkers, which I thought was super smart, larva-wise, and of course, then solving her like immobility problem, because she was heavily relying on the Lurkers to stay alive, with the Nidus Worm. I thought that was super smart. But she couldn't hold a 5th base. It was so hard for her to be in position on this 5th base and also defend her other bases that, I mean, Astrea just knew his strengths, abused it well, and even after losing his 3rd base, clutched it out, got the carriers, got the +3, got all the Immortals, got the Storm. Just a little bit too much efficiency from Astrea. We're headed into a game number 4. And here we are, game number 4 on Ghost River. This was also their 4th map in their previous best of 5. And Scarlett went for a Overlordless expand into a pretty slow 3rd base. Trying to do somewhat of a 2-base roach thing, and then went into Swarm Hosts. And she just never stopped making Swarm Host. Actually, at some point, killed the 3rd base and the natural of Astrea. Basically meaning Astrea had no income, and Scarlett could just max out and kill him. And then instead she made 12 more Swarm Hosts. And then somehow let Astrea back into the game, because he just remade 2 Nexi and attacked. And then suddenly she just kind of couldn't defend, because Swarm Hosts are like offensive units only, basically. And somehow, some way, Astrea clawed his way back into that game on Ghost River, which was very, very sick. Oh, Scarlett gets the hatchery. Nice meme. So goes for the gets and the pool, hides the drone, gets the hatchery. So Ghost River is a map, alright. It's a map. And as a Zerg player, you should hate it. Because how do you get a normal base? If this one is blocked, you go to this? Like, it's so far away. Look at where your drones have to go. You can't saturate this base ever. It feels bad. Think about an adept coming here. Think about an adept like being anywhere along this path, and then them attacking from here with this choke, and then your hatchery's here and they put 2 force fields and kill you. It's rough. I have no other way to put it than it's rough. I feel like you need a good meme or 2 for this map if you're a Zerg player. And I always start thinking about, 12 pool. Okay. Or you go for a 16 hatch, but then you also proxy hatch. I like that a lot. The proxy hatch is always a good option, especially, I mean, it's too bad you can't mine from it because they can kill it, but if you just put the hatchery here, you can probably kind of get in. Without getting scouted at least. Maybe you can sneak in a drone, Bly style, put a proxy hatch. Block their Nexus. That is cool. That is good. I like that. Go for an early attack, like an 18 drone Roach Warren. I'm so glad that I have ADHD out the ass and don't notice things until it's too late. 6 roaches. Is this like a classic 7 roach rush? Dude, takes me back to the Destiny days where he made like overseers to like permanently contaminate gateways or something. And like, Jimmy, no! Running past the bunker, running back. So, I don't know. I don't remember, dude. But all the memes. The StarCraft boomers remember. Astrea I feel like he knows what's up. Or at least... I mean, he has a sentry. Who has a sentry nowadays? Oh, this adept! Oh, I don't know if it saw anything. I didn't click the change the camera button fast enough. Now the adepts are gonna oh no. Okay. Okay, this was on purpose. We went back 10 seconds. And that's okay. Because now we can see what Astrea sees, okay? This is on purpose. Oh, look at the adepts. They see nothing. They see nothing. They see nothing. But Astrea is a cheesy bastard and made a robo. He's going for like a Soul Train-ish thing. And now he sees the roaches. He sees the lings. And the roaches and the lings are here. We see a Ravager coming out. Nice force field. Forces in 2 lings that get killed. 2 roaches get in and immediately targeted down. These roaches need to get back. Oh, the roaches, they get picked up. They can't become Ravagers either. I wish they were in the corner there. This queen is coming over to deal with the War Prism. Scarlett's pressing her way in. The lings pressing their way in. Corrosive Vials can go down on these buildings. And that's at least 1 pylon that you can kill pretty fast. Trying to kill the workers for... And an Immortal comes out. That is soul draining. No! If you see an Immortal, you're like, oh, fudge. I'm all-inning into a guy that was trying to all-in me with, like, a slightly more economical all-in. But Ravagerling is strong. We even have a queen that can't transfuse because for some reason they needed to nerf that, and I hate it. I love transfusing off creep. Oh, the Lings. Nice surround, but the War Prism is better than Blink sometimes. The Lings trying to tank for the team. Let the queen tank. Oh, the queen and the Ravager both low. The Lings kind of trickling in. We do get all of the pro kills here, but I feel like Scarlett needs to retreat. She can't kill the natural, can't kill the core. So Astrea's actually just fine. If she gets the core kill, that might be okay. I mean, it's not great, but at least you delay any additional tech for a little bit. Or a star. Oh, Astrea's like, okay, you want this core? Come out and fight me, bro. And that would have been a mistake. You would lose both Ravagers trying to get that. It would be cool, obviously, but I also think you lose the game right then and there. 3rd Immortal underway. This looks like one of those early Legacy of the Void games where War Prism and 2 Immortals would just end the game sometimes. What was that weird map? With like... I think it was an in-base natural with like... a lot of destructible rocks near it. And it was in the time that we had auto injects. And so Zerg versus Zerg would literally make the same amount of Roach Ling and meet in the middle of the map and fight on some bridge. Where they would have the exact same units. And the one that had his larvae closer to the mineral line would usually win because drones start mining slightly earlier if they spawn closer to the minerals. Who would have thought? Scarlett going for a follow-up all-in, still on 18 workers, but ostensibly, or apparently, Immortals are pretty good units, especially with a War Prism. Nice kill on the gateway, though. Learning from their last best of 5 that killing gateways actually is good because it makes the Protoss unable to make units. And so Astrea has 1 gateway, 1 robo. You feel like you should be able to overpower that with pure Ling Ravager, but he already has 2 Immortals and a War Prism, and look at how efficient that is. Oh, 2 super low Ravagers! You need to have Lings underneath this War Prism all the time. Nice damage there from the Zerglings. So punishing the drop from the Immortals. Nice Ling Wrap. Gets it up on all the units, knowing that the Immortals are still inside the War Prism. Gets all the Lings out. Force field working against Astrea a little bit. The pros are being pulled. More Lings flooding in. Look at this. Still 18 drones. And this is just the same as a minute ago, but it looks a little better for Scarlett aside from the 3 goddamn Immortals. Ravagers, though, being microed back. Lings trying to get us around. They do finally get one, but the micro back here from the War Prisms is impeccable. Astrea looking like one of those Protosses on the ladder that does this every game. Just cannon rush into Shield Battery Immortal, which is still cool. I'm saying that as a Zerg player. It's still cool. But this is 4 Immortals, and the 5th one is underway. Like, At some point, you have to start drones. You just have to, like, sneak one in, right? Like, one drone and around a link. Just one drone. 2 queens coming across. Like, this is just telling Astrea how far ahead he is. Because these queens are here just to do another follow-up all-in. I would call this the 3rd all-in from Scarlett. The queens are coming up the line once again. She does have 20 drones, though. Her economy has improved, and she's been trading somewhat efficiently. I wouldn't say very efficiently. She's still on hatch tech. 5 immortals on the map. 6th one is being built. These guys, 17 kills, 9 kills, 24 kills, 10 kills, 0 kills. A rookie. A freshman. And this Nexus still alive. Still probes being built. The main base is starting to mine out. Scarlett doesn't care because she has a natural and doesn't have enough drones anyways. Now the Ravagers are running back. No wall here. Oh, and look at that. The War Prism with the Immortals slowly but surely following those Ravagers around. And now this War Prism is running to the main. New queens are being built. 26 drones. Scarlett. That's like a 50% increase from 18 drones. That's great, but kind of want a couple more queens here to deal with the War Prism. But a good amount of links are here. Now we see even more drones and a sneaky bottom base. That is good. I like that a lot. Astrea didn't see that with the Observer or didn't register. If you see no 3rd base here, you are balling. As Astrea, you're like, I'm ahead. I'm ahead. No 3rd base. So now you start to wonder, what is happening? So did she just take gases? Is she 2-basing? That's a little odd, because my main base is mining out. Forged Twilight coming up. Astrea has his naturals super saturated. Look at this. 1 War Prism, 2 Immortals. Making the Zerg player crazy. Anti-air is a luxury. Oh, this Roach Warren now a little exposed. Does give you advanced vision of this War Prism, so I don't know if you mind that it gets shot down, but the Lings and the Ravagers do come in. Oh, throw the vials. Try it. You have to try. You have to try. Buy a lottery ticket. The Roach Warren gets taken down this time around. Scarlett actually ahead in drones. What the F? These Immortals drop on top of the Broodlings. The spawning pool, this Spore might be replanted at some point. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Baneling Nest gets scouted out right away. I mean, why do you build a Baneling Nest here? Maybe you are afraid of, like, Adepts or charge slots? I mean, that wouldn't be too weird of a follow-up. She knows. Oh, she knows. She knows there's no 3rd base. And she's actually mining from hers. Dude, she's actually in an, I wouldn't say good, but okay-ish position. If she makes an army that isn't weak to mass immortal charge lots, because that is kind of what is coming up, right? 9 immortals and charge and +1. What is good against that, actually? Because Zerglings suck. I guess Banelings are okay. Ravagers are okay. Roaches giga suck. So, like, you kind of need, like, Lurkers or something. Or, like, Lingbane Hydra. I guess. But I don't know if she's gonna get into Hydras. Oh, no, the drones! The drone transfer! No! No! Astrea! He didn't know! He didn't know! But now he will learn. Oh, and the Immortals get dropped on top of the Ravagers. Do a bit of damage to this Immortal, though, but... Yikerinos. More Ravagers going down. 4 Ravagers have been killed this game, so not that many. Scarlett's been doing pretty well on keeping those alive. Now, Astrea does have a 3rd base. Scarlett knows that the Ling has been killed, so... It's probably aware, but now she's spread thin. Now that Astrea knows... Oh, if there was a base in the middle... Maybe she should have taken this one, but it takes a long time to get there. Like, this one, I don't think it would ever be scouted, ever. But this one's already very hard to scout, unless, you know, you transfer your drones over, whilst your opponent can see it. Oh, Immortals are on the 3rd base here. That's actually quite bad. that she's gonna lose this hatch here. The queens are underway. There are even drones underway. And she's trying to attack here. Does she have a lair? She does not have a lair. She does not have upgrades. She does have a bunch of banes, which this looks like a pretty beautiful attack from Scarlett. Both players on 40-ish workers. The Lings getting on top of a lot of Immortals here. But the Archons here in the mineral line doing God's work. Wow. Those Archons were worth their weight in gold. And if they weigh nothing, then they were just worth a lot of gold. Trust me, bro. Because, I don't know, they're psionic beings. Maybe they weigh nothing. They're just all spiritual energy somehow manifesting in physical form. It's dark matter. I don't know. Scarlett does trade out pretty effectively. I mean, she killed a lot of Archons and Immortals, but she isn't really teching up. No lair. She's on 40 drones, which is my favorite type of Zerg. But still... problematic. Do it. Dude. The best games are the ones where you put the corrosive vials and the warp prism flies in and they leave again. I have this one clip of myself on my Twitch channel from like 5 years ago where I put like 4 corrosive vials on a Nexus the moment the recall started, or I saw a recall happening, and it recalled in 1 warp prism with 2 Immortals in it and it instantaneously died. The moment it recalled itself in. Lots of probes dying here on the natural, and that was cool. That's why I talked about it. The foresight, the premonition, the... I don't know. Pure skill, no luck. And then after that, I started testing, like, if I... Because it's like kind of a circle that you recall with. Like, if my Immortal is on the top left side of the circle, does it spawn on the top left? And there was some consistency, but obviously, me as a Zerg player, I couldn't do anything with it. So, if something was recalled, I couldn't guarantee that there would always be a unit at the bottom right, for example. Dude, these Ling run-bys are doing a lot for Scarlett here. Punishing the fact that there's no wall, but there is +2 for Astrea here. Killing these Zerglings to lull this Immortal. There's just an... Oh! No, Scarlett! I think she misrallied there. Oh, one sloppy army movement. Immediately getting punished here. 12 Ravagers lost total, so a bunch died there. 10 more probes do go to 27 probes. Think about it. 27 probes. The third base has been rebuilt. Scarlett, you are in this game more than you think you are. But it's still so scary. Protoss units are so good. They have +2. Oh, no. Oh, and now it gets scary because the Protoss has enough units to hold off yours. And they have upgrades. And they have the third base now. Astrea's moving out. Kind of boxing Scarlett in, actually. And she's just making more units. Being defensive here. 42 drones. Making Zerglings. 16 minutes. No lair. She's mining from 2 gases. This is like the most extended all-in I've ever seen. I don't think hatch tech is the new lair tech, guys. I genuinely think this is just not very good. The Banelings are being rallied in. The Immortals are ready, though. Scarlett's showing her Lings a little bit. Nice. Oh, but the whole position's Zealots there. That is good. Scarlett trying to get a reaction. Now the Banelings go in, but Astrea sees it on time. Scarlett tries to move on up, but oh no, the Zerglings want to get up there, but the Ravagers want to get down there. And this little choke really messing her up there. The Roach Ling, now stuck in the main base of Astrea, might get a couple probe kills and some trades, but it doesn't look good enough. And good split by Astrea, splitting his army very effectively. This is enough to deal with the bottom portion, and this is enough to deal with the top portion. That's a skill. That's something you have to practice. It's something that's going to go wrong a lot of times. And now Storm underway for Astrea, and that is going to be a rude awakening for Scarlett. Both players on 40 workers. Dude, Ghost River is a map, and it produces games. And they are... yeah. They are for the viewers, is what they say. Astrea going for a 4th base here. Nice deny by Scarlett. She's just making more Lings and Ravagers. Lings and Ravagers going to open up another attack path. I like that a lot, because she just saw that going up this ramp sucks, and killing these rocks with Zerglings is pretty hard if there's a Protoss army on top of it. Oh, this Ling Ravager army ready to deny a 4th again. And she's breaking open this, but Astrea keeping back a bunch of Archon Zealot here. And that is hard to deal with for this mostly Lings, Roaches, and Ravagers, though. Just more Lings coming out for Scarlett. She has no upgrade. +3 for Astrea is coming out. Look at that. This Zerg army, it's coming in. Let's look at Astrea's perspective. Zerg here, Zerg there. Luckily, there's nothing in my 3rd base. But I don't know if this is enough. There is a shield battery here with the nuclear battery. Oh my god, at the bottom, though. Astrea dealt with it very effectively. This one Immortal does get taken down. That's a nice surround. Some probes are going down, but mostly just Protoss units. Oh, these Archons. Oh, that positioning on the Archons. Clutch. And we do see some Corrosive Biles on warping in units, but now we get the recall. The Motherload. A lot of Immortals. The Crabs with the shotgun arms get recalled in. And they are taking down the rest of Scarlett's army. All of these Immortals have 20+ kills, except for that one. This one has to step up a little. Now this 4th base is going up. Scarlett knows about it. She's on 40 drones, and she's just not trying to up that. No lair, still. Just the no lair lifestyle. One of her gases is even mined out, making more gases now. Just more Ravager Ling, and I think this is going to be problematic. Astrea now probing up from 4 Nexi, getting +3. He has Storm. He has actually teched up during all of this, whilst Scarlett's just been trying to do economic damage and trying to trade out. But versus +3 units. It's getting a little rough. It's getting rough, buddy. It's getting very rough, and Scarlett agrees. She GG's out. And Astrea. Holy moly, what a game. Gets out of this game. Yeah. 20-minute no lair. Astrea pulling this one out of the hat. I mean, I am surprised that Scarlett held on for that long. I think very creative play. But it didn't end up working out. Astrea kept on defense. Look at how cool Archons look. Holy shit. Archons are dope. We're going to a game number 5. And here we are. Game number 5. Astrea going up against Scarlett on Oceanborn, which was their previous game 3. So in the previous best of 5 that they played. And Scarlett, where I'm pointing right now, made a sneaky spire that Astrea did not see. And consequently took a lot of damage from like 14, 20 meters. And Scarlett never really stopped making meters and killed the guy. But Ghost River, the last map, not being kind to Scarlett. Every game on Ghost River I've seen, she has suffered at the hand of those Protoss players. And it is quite the map. So let's see what Scarlett pulls out this time around. Going for the standard 16 hatch, 18 gas, 15 pool. So opening standard so far, and Astrea doing the same thing, not going for a super fast probe scout to block. And last time he did try and block the natural and then scouted over here and saw the third. I like that a lot. Little tip for the Protoss players. You can just go over here, see the third base, or not, so you know what's going on. So you don't get tricked by a proxy hatch. Or at least you see it a little earlier that, oh, there's no third there, I just got at this position. So you go back here, if there's no hatch, proxy. 100%. double gateway here from Astrea, so this is a little bit of a shakeup. Let's see, Scarlett is going to be scouting this. So, I expect her to click on it. Well, as soon as she sees the cyber core, she's going to be like, huh? And so we see 2 buildings here from Astrea, so he has 2 gateways in the front. That usually means that 2 adepts are going to come across the map, and adepts can be a little annoying, but this map isn't one in particular, unless you get your adepts up there, obviously, that I feel like is super annoying to deal with the adepts, but you have to respect it nonetheless. Speed is coming up for Scarlett, not mining any gas anymore. Queens go to the front right away, as they should. Get the creep tumor. This probe can't do anything against that, and if you have your queens in an advanced position, then they can hit the adepts. Yeah, basically, adepts have to start shading earlier to not get hit by the queens, which means that it's easier to deal with them because their shades can go less far from their starting position, basically. If they start shading here, they can get into your natural and your main, but if they start shading over here, they can only really get into your natural. So that's why this queen needs to be that far out, and then look at that, these 2 shades, they can barely get into the main. So it's not really a guessing game like that. So that feels good. As the Zerg, we see Stargate behind this and a Stalker being prepared, so no additional adepts, never mind, an additional adept comes out. Stalker in the wall. Everybody that has been bailing busted one time too many goes Stalker first, or at least fast Stalker. And this Overlord stays alive for now. We see an Oracle coming out, and 2 adepts ready to protect the third base that is coming up. We have a couple speedlings here from Scarlett. So she likes making about 10. Goes on in, sees that, can't really do anything. Maybe she nibbles on the Nexus for a little bit. Oh, trying to get the Pulsar Beam to get turned on here by the Oracle. But it doesn't react, so the Oracle's going straight across the map. And it's a good idea to follow it, I guess, with the links. 2 more gases being added on here for Astrea before anything else, so he's tacking up. Not going for like a big gateway attack. Just drones, gases, and let's see what he does this time around. So a secondary Oracle comes out. Is he going to go for a third one? We have 4 adepts going across the map. The Overlord sees it. So these 4 adepts have been spotted, and we see a Robo in the natural. I'm expecting a Twilight Forge to be started in the main any time now. This is 6 adepts. No resonating glaives. We see 20 lings being morphed in here, and that is enough. We have a Roach Warren in the front. Good drone count for Scarlett, and the adepts are going to find this little nook here. This is annoying. The drones are getting taken down. The Zerglings don't want to go in here. Wow, what a position by Astrea. Oh no. 4 Zergs on the ladder. Oh no. I guess you have to build like a building or something? Because this is annoying. Can you fit a spine there or something? Okay, so she lost a couple drones there in the end. 4 drones, 3 lings. But Astrea forced out a lot of lings and got out. That's the big thing here. All these lings, not drones. And that's why Scarlett doesn't have 70 drones right now. She has 60. She made a bunch of lings. Now let's re-look. We see 1 robo, 1 robotics base. So is this Colossus? I feel like the Koreans do that a lot more. Get the Colossus out. But Colossi are pretty good. We see an Evo Chamber. We see the Roach Warren, but she could still decide to go for, like, Hydras. No 4th base. She is aware. We see the Hydra Den. We see +1, and we see Roaches. So this might just be the Roach Hydra that she showed on Goldenaura in the first series. Oh, these Oracles. No transfuse available, but they don't go too deep. They do spot a 4th hatchery going up. I would like a 5th one as well. Only to... Ooh, we see extended thermal lance. Secondary robo being added on. Bunch of gateways now. And blink. And +1. And a 2nd forge. So Astrea going double upgrade. Colossus Blink Stalker. I mean, I like Blink Stalker Colossus builds. They're cool. And then at some point, especially if your opponent's kind of ready for it, you're always like, I guess I just make disruptors now, because, you know, disruptors. Like, when there's lurkers or something, you're just kind of like, eh. Shit. Oh, even a cannon. I like that. Astrea, not really looking for a 4th base. Not really swinging his mighty army around. Like, kind of ward away any of these lings, but... I mean, especially with the oracles, you know if there's an army nearby. These lings do find a stasis ward. Nice memes. This probe gets found by a ling. No 4th base for you, Astrea, without me knowing at least. 4th base for Scarlett has been saturated. We see Hydralis coming out. We see one Colossus already on the map. I don't know if it's stuck or if it's just hidden. But it's standing over there. And I don't feel like Scarlett knows anything about these Colossi. Does she have a hive? She does not have a hive. Because if she has a hive, she can make Vipers. We see 2 Colossi. 1 more underway. Bunch of Blink Stalkers plus 2. This is going to be a gnarly timing to deal with. Oh, the Hydras do catch the Oracles. This might actually kind of antagonize Scarlett even more. And now the Colossi have been revealed. We do have Hydra speed. She keeps on going. Do see an infestation pit right away. 4th base gets cancelled. That's a nice move. So Scarlett, again, going for the... sorry for the zoom in, zoom out shenaniganry. Some Ling Roach gets into the natural. That's good. A lot of Hydras, though. And if those Colossi get on them, we do see a Disruptor as well. The Ling Roach trying to get something done. The Hydras find the Disruptor, click it. Yeah, they clicked it. They clicked it good. But look at the Colossi doing a lot of damage to these Hydras. Oh, this doesn't look too good. I wouldn't want to be this Zerg right now. The Roaches and the Lings do get cleaned up in the main, but she's buying time. She has a hive coming up now. And that's the important bit. Remaxing here on Roaches. Roaches take a little bit less damage from these Colossi. And so Disruptors are now the next play for Astrea. +1? Oh, what? Oh, +2 got unpowered for a bit. I was about to say, huh? I thought +2 was about to finish. So that was a pretty good trade for Scarlett. Mostly trading units for time, because if she was up against a normal army, that would have been a good or even great attack, but it was up against Colossi. And Colossi are just kind of good against Hydra Ling. That's what they're good against. And, I mean, Scarlett just had a lot of Hydras and some Zerglings. Sure, some Roaches in there, but I think they were even a little slow Roaches. Oh, Hydra Roach taking a decent fight here, and again, she's just buying time. This is not efficient, but if she keeps Astrea's army back, or at least small enough, that he doesn't dare run onto creep, because onto creep, there will be a big arc on top of your units, and if they just run in and kill your Colossi, you're not happy. 24 more Roaches, and now the Vipers come out. So Scarlett has been buying time. Look at that, another pretty good trade. Killing a couple Stalkers here. 4th base is now up, though. These drones, I don't know what they are doing. And this 5th base is not going to be it. The Vipers are coming out. We need a buff. The Vipers are going to come out without abducts. Scarlett runs in with the Queen. She feels like she needs to fight. These Hydras don't go in. No, the missed pathing. We do get a couple good clicks onto the Colossus. 2 of them go down, but 2 of them are still remaining. One of them very low HP in the back here, and we have a small contingent force of Roach Hydra here. The Vipers came off the hatchery as well, I think. They stopped doing the thing. Oh, nice yoink onto the Immortal. But, oh my god, no. A Zealot run by Astrea, pulling her apart this time around. Oh, big Disruptor hit. But we do get good snipes onto Disruptors from Scarlett. Almost gets a second Disruptor snipe there. But Astrea's doing the master sniping. Snipes the 3rd, snipes the 4th. He remembers the previous series, and he was like, you sniped all my bases, I'ma snipe yours. And now Scarlett, again, on the back foot here, relying on her crutch Lurker. Oh my god. it almost kind of feels like a build order win if you look at it. Scarlett needed to buy so much time to get something to deal with Colossi. But, I mean, she wanted to go for Roach Hydra Max and attack. And not tech up further. Didn't scout it either, so... There were opportunities there. 2 Vipers. Maybe she can find something to yoink, but Astrea so ready for an attack here. He's like, yeah, please. Please attack into me. My army is somehow faster than your mobile army. Rip. That's a lot of unit lost. And now finally onto creep. Somehow Protoss units still can catch up. Some of them stuck in a stasis as well. Scarlett very low on the supply here. We do get some lurkers, and I think that is what she needs to be doing this game, is getting up to a 200 supply with lurkers. Because so far, Astrea does not, and as I say it, have a fleet beacon more Stargates. The fleet beacon is coming out. +1 air attack is starting up. Astrea's thinking about it. He's like, the only thing she can do now to stay alive is these goddamn lurkers. Or maybe he made them reactively into seeing the lurkers. Anyways, like, Air is just very good into lurkers. Oh my god, but this is just such a big Protoss army, and Scarlett GG's out. And Astrea takes down Scarlett with the reverse sweep. Look at these fine stalker bodies in the air. That was a bit of an anticlimactic game 5, but Astrea completes the reverse 3-0 onto Scarlett and moves on in the knockout bracket. And I think he goes up against... I forgot. Rip. I think it was some Terran player, but... Wow. Scarlett again falling to... Well, her continent mate, I guess, because I think Astrea is American, and Scarlett is Canadian. But still. Dude, so close. This must be so frustrating and so exhilarating at the same time. This video is long enough. Guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. It does help make me happy and, you know, allow me to keep doing it. So, yeah. I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.